Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a science fiction horror film, The Platform. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. In the near future dystopia, there exists the Vertical Self-Management Center, known as the Pit. A university student named Goring comes to the Pit for an interview. He has heard about the official propaganda. Being a man full of romanticism, he is willing to experience life in prison in the hope of giving up smoking. The interviewer tells him that each prisoner is permitted one personal item inside and won't be set free until the completion of the 6-month term of imprisonment. Goring chooses to take the book Don Quixote, as a good book is a good friend for a man with a noble character. Soon he is put into the Pit. Goring finds himself placed on level 48, where he meets his cellmate, a much older man. The old man welcomes the newcomer and congratulates him for being lucky to be on the 48th level. When the lifting platform descends and stops at their level, it's time to eat. The old man reminds Goring to eat as much as he can within a fixed period of time. However, Goring's dignity doesn't allow him to eat the disgusting leftovers on the platform. While the old man wolfs down his meal, Goring picks up an apple just in case he's hungry. Soon their eating time is over and the platform descends to the next level. Goring feels the temperature rise abruptly, and the old man tells him to throw away the apple he kept, as the pit doesn't allow the prisoners to keep any food. The temperature will rise or drop abruptly as a punishment if they find any prisoner doing so. True enough, when Goring throws the apple down, the temperature turns normal. Goring begins to regret his choice of not taking the food earlier. While they are going to sleep, the platform ascends to the top all of a sudden. The old man explains that it is to prevent the prisoners from climbing to the upper level. The prisoners here take the food brought to them once a day, which is sent by the lifting platform from the upper level to the down level. So according to the arrangement, the prisoners in the upper cells can have fresh and untouched foods. Goring asks more questions about the pit and tells the old man his story that he came here at his own will and selected a book to bring inside. The old man feels shocked by that and shares his story too, saying that he was confined here because he killed a man by accident and his term is 1 year. The item he brings with him is a dagger. He says it will come in handy one day. On the 3rd day, Goring can't resist hunger. He begins to eat regardless of disgust. After stuffing his stomach full, the old man pees his wastewater onto the leftovers. When Goring tries to stop him, the old man says that none is certain that the upper prisoners don't do the same to the food. The next day, descending together with the lifting platform is surprisingly a woman who's in a hopeless mess. The old man stops Goring's helping hand and warns him not to get involved with the woman. It's revealed that the woman looks for her missing son in vain every day. As time passes by, Goring and the old man become close friends. Soon, it is the end of a month, time to reassign the cells. It is the rule of the pit that they put the prisoners under anesthesia by gas and randomly reassign the cells for them each month. When Goring wakes up in the morning, he finds himself tied to the bed. It turns out the old man did that to him as they are at level 171 now, which means there will be completely nothing left for them to eat when the platform arrives at their level. Adept at the law of the jungle, the old man knows how to survive, but he won't eat Goring until the last moment. Now Goring gets to know the use of the dagger, and his good book is useless in this world. The last moment comes very soon. Out of hunger, the old man decides to begin with Goring's leg. This way, Goring will bleed less and remain alive for a longer time, so that his flesh is fresh, rather than rotten. While the old man is cutting Goring's leg for meat, the platform stops with the woman looking for her son again, sitting on empty plates. She throws a wine bottle at the old man, hits him on the head, and sets Goring free. Losing his mind in sharp pain, Goring grabs the dagger and stabs the old man to death. By feeding on the old man's corpse, Goring survives the remaining 20 or so days. At last, it's the end of another month. When he awakens from anesthesia, Goring is content to find himself at the 33rd level. However, his new cellmate is actually the same interviewer who approved Goring to be taken into the pit. It turns out the interviewer suffers from terminal cancer, and she comes to the pit as a volunteer with her dog in an attempt to experience the life of the pit, which she has been working with but never really spent time in. Level 33 is apparently an upper level, which means Goring's life will be much easier this month. The interviewer can't believe Goring's terrifying stories that happened in these past 2 months. Because as an idealist, she thinks if everyone takes his fair share, the food will surely reach the bottom level. But Goring denies her. So the interviewer decides to give it a try. At every meal, she speaks aloud to the prisoners at the upper and the lower levels, telling everyone to take his fair share only, so that all of them can have enough food to eat. But in reality, she highly overrated people's spontaneous solidarity. Half a month passes by, she hasn't got any understanding or compliance from the prisoners. Goring sees the interviewer in despair, so he decides to make a change. He then speaks aloud to level 34, threatening that if they eat more than they should without consideration of the people below, he'll butter the food, using the interviewer's smelly shit and pee rather than his own. Those below are astonished to hear that, and it works finally. Prisoners right below them start to obey the rule, but nobody can ensure that everyone can comply strictly with the rule in such a deep pit. The next day, the platform stops at level 33 with the woman looking for her son. She is dying now, and Goring and the interviewer save her. The interviewer reminds Goring that the prison won't accept children under the age of 15, which means the woman must have a mental illness. At night, the woman eats the interviewer's yummy dog, which is a deadly blow to the interviewer. And because of that, she finally realizes her efforts to promote her idealists in the cannibalistic abyss are totally in vain. Soon the end of the second month is coming. One day, Goring is surprised to find his favorite dish untouched. The interviewer tells him that all the dishes are carefully prepared by the chefs up on the ground. Every prisoner has the right to choose his favorite dish before coming into the pit. If everyone takes only his own dish, the food would have reached the very bottom and no one would have been left in hunger. But now it's impossible to reverse the situation anyway. The interviewer gives up her perseverance at last. At the end of the month, Goring finds himself at level 202, and the interviewer has hanged herself. Goring survives the third month by feeding on her corpse. The next month, Goring rises to the 6th level and enters the upper class of the prisoners. His new cellmate is a Christian named Baharat. Both of them want to break the rules of the pit, so they start communicating with the prisoners above. Baharat's plan is to climb up to the top with a rope. But when he is about to reach the prisoners at the 5th level, he gets humiliated by those bully men's smelly shit and hormones. He falls in shock, which almost kills him. Both of them realize that if they want to break the rules, they must be the ones who make new rules. So they decide to take advantage of their upper class position and take the lift to distribute food equally to the prisoners at each level below. Goring estimates there should be around 250 floors in the pit. They pick up the weapons and begin their drastic revolution. Goring decides to distribute food starting from level 51 because prisoners above have enough food every day, so it doesn't matter if they skip one meal. If anyone protests their rule, they bash him with a stick. Later, they meet a wise man who suggests that wisdom is better than their violence. Even if they can make sure extra food is left till the bottom, they still can't guarantee the administration on the ground knows the rules of the pit were broken. Under his suggestion, the two decide to keep the most appealing panna cotta untouched, hoping that when the lift reaches the ground, the administration will be shocked to see a dish remaining untouched. So they start again to distribute food to the prisoners from level 51. Everything goes well as planned until when they reach level 250. There, they are surprised to find out it is still endless down below. There's almost nothing left on the plates. But fortunately, there seems to be almost no life below level 250. Instead, every level is bloody as hell down there. Then they hear a scream for help. They descend further and see two men killing the woman who is looking for her son. So they have a fight against them. Finally, they defeat the two men, but they are also heavily wounded. Then they continue to descend, keeping the panna cotta untouched, which is their message to the administration. Holding the precious panna cotta in hands, they finally reach the bottom, level 333. They are disappointed at seeing nobody, but they spot a little girl under the bed. She stares at the panna cotta very hungrily. After struggling in his mind, the kind Baharat passes it to the girl, and she devours it. Because of severe wounds, both of them fall into a daze, not knowing whether it's a dream or reality. Right before the platform is about to ascend, Baharat dies of too much bleeding. Goring realizes that the little girl who survives at the very bottom is an incarnation of hope, which actually indicates that they have broken the rules. So he carries the girl onto the platform. However, the lift descends further downward, as if into the endless abyss of darkness, before it eventually stops. There, Goring steps down and walks into the darkness and hopelessness, while the girl on the platform rises rapidly toward the ground. However, the final scene reveals the little girl is just an incarnation of hope, and she's not real and just hallucinated by the two men before their deaths. In the end, the panna cotta reaches the ground, untouched. The chef in charge is shocked to see that, and he scolds his men for the untouched dish they'd carefully prepared. But he chooses to believe that the prisoners were unwilling to take it because the dish was contaminated in their kitchen. It's implied that no matter how much effort people of lower classes take to fight for changes against a solidified hierarchy, people of upper classes tend to ignore any demand for changes from the bottom people due to their stereotypical thinking. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.